Today I'll be showing you all types of Pvz YouTubers. Make sure to like the video and subscribe. Let's get into it. So let me make an entire whimsical tale over the fact somebody started bopping their elbows and mopping their beef poles over my decomposing carcass. I hope this walking dead mutation of Dr. Brown slips in the fattest pile of crusty, cum-stained underwears and drown within the dark depths of EDP swim trunks where the hugest Niagara rivers of his fecal matter repels you outside of his asshole, inside of a pit of scorching hot lava, then take a deep plunge in Lucifer's anus and get crucified while your children get devoured by sharks, you fucking slimy, rotten, putrid homewrecker that hit the Brooklyn-style woodpecker by crushing my soul and rubbing his dangling pole on my face. What is up, guys? It's Bobbox 99. Now that the intro is out of the way, and most of you have outlived your nephew's children, most likely rotting in the grave and letting the worms peel your skins off, I'll be sharing with you my ancient Greek mythology tactic on how to turn water into styrofoam, slinging 2 rusted slinkies, while your character looks like a pop-arm floaty molding more than the vegan teacher when you start pulling on her dingleberries. Shit ends up turning out like Mr. Fantastic if a monkey attacked his head and gave him 16 concussions.
Hi, Paul! Yeah! Oh,
If you want a mod that has The Rock Johnson duke it out in a Olympic battle with samurai ninja frogs hopping their holly jollies down your chimney in PvZ, then I'm the genie for you. However, if there's one thing I'm horrendous at doing, it's trying to put a download link as the neuralizer from Men in Black keeps malfunctioning and erasing my brain. But hey, at least it's not Patreon exclusive. The only requirements you need to get your hands on my mother's cooch, I mean the folded cum pooch, start flapping your wiener and having a little seizure, ride on a moisty camel's hump, make a festival, and that shit needs to slap harder than David Blaine quote. You all need to be wearing official gay merch. Your blood vessels and semen cells need to be subbed to my OnlyFans Tumblr's account so we can all jerk off to my Kool-Aid Jammer Slammers. You still need to watch Ray Charles explain what colors look like while overdosing on cyanide with both your nipples gorilla glued on a torpedo. If you even want to stare at a millimeter of the 4 pixels on my Luigi's Toad model, then by all means flick the top of my dick and Nick Rick Ashley's chick. Go ahead and do what I instructed you to do, so you can get a trailer for the alpha footage. The fuck did you think I would do? Give you a download link? How about you piss off, Yimbreck backwards ass, sloth from the Goonies looking ass motherfucker. Hello everyone, my name is Stampy Pinhead. Welcome to another exhilarating Garden Warfare 2 gameplay video. So I have a long story that's very family friendly, brought to you by Mark Zuckerberg's adopted offspring. So a long time ago, Susie Lou shot me up for 11 days straight because my head was expanding more than Pinocchio's nose, and I got bullied at the locker room for looking like Pluto if he survived the Chernobyl blast. Little did they know a catastrophic event that scarred the ozone layers had just happened within the form of a slap with the magnitude of 10,000 neutron stars, which was Will Smith Smack of Fury. The sheer force of the palm of his hand restructured my face, and now if I ever touch a Happy Meals toy, everyone mistakes me for Jeffrey Allen. I also look like the anorexic version of Golem from Lord of the Rings, so based off of Dr. Zomboss's research he got from Elliot Rodger's manifesto, we can safely conclude that my forehead looks like a deformed feet scratcher. Everyone has their own addictions. Mine is humping on them trees and queefing on them leaves. I've single-handedly managed to produce more episodes of PvZ than One Piece. I'm out here collecting the Pokedex of PvZ. It's the one spring-loaded no-slapper I never get tired of suckling on. I've been making Plant vs Zombies 2 videos before your brother sprawled his girth sperm straight after your mother's birthworm. While I take a nap, I already have over 48 Marvel shows, all jam-packed with 17 more spin-off sequels. And let's throw in there an extra InfoWare documentary just to be on the safe side, and an added bonus of a Joe Rogan podcast and a Helen Keller TED Talk session. Your broomstick is so tall, I bet if you start waddling outside the house, you're gonna be knocking an entire henchman of pigeons right out of the skies. Seems like you got your work cut out for you when this damn crusty tumbleweed is working overtime as a magnet for it. That's here looking like the baker's Muppet if you wash the trunks of his scalp with Anthony Sullivan's smart mouth after it finished wiping out Johnny from Transylvania's freshly shaven drizzle lap. You got so many sweat beads on that aerodome that the more I look at it, the more it looks like the surface of a spalding basketball. Speaking of which, your musty ass face looks like the fucking back of a bike seat, and you still ain't getting piped by a bitch's hoochie coochie. How much you want to wager this demented, atrocious, trifling troglodyte that festers behind an Arby's sewage ditch, baptizes his cheeks in Mountain Dew to remove his seasoned pepperoni toppings as a form of acne supplementation? Your face is about as flat as a suburban drywall, and your hair looks like the surface of a fucking tennis ball. If you even have the audacity to scold me in a game that has Donald Trump's flimsy doorbells belly mopping a Cambodian tribe of methed out Detroit citizens, I'll personally come to your house, pretend to be a pizza guy, deliver your order, and when you open the box, a Hiroshima bomb will be the last dish you get. That's not a threat, it's a promise. You don't believe me? Look at your bathroom stalls. I'm flicking my beans right there. You probably can't see it without James Webb's Hubble telescope. I even met out with a lesbian and she thought we were rubbing two cup cheeks together. I'ma still pull out an AK-90 and blow off your meat zipper into a rank weasel, because if I can't have a dick, no one can. What do you mean I missed point blank? Archaeologist is the fourth best character. I had the aim assist turned on for him. For my next dude perfect taijutsu move with some leaf hurricane type action, I'm gonna get an atomic double nutted spring loaded turbulent Michael Jackson super cock slam trick that will cause your brains to blender out of your smeared vanilla covered dangling fap saber. I'll be performing the backhanded spin dash while taped to a ceiling fan and spray paint the tip of my chin with Belle Delphine's Queef stubble cream. Also, I'm gonna pluck my eyes and stuff them inside of Bubble Bass's sulfur crusted ass so I can show off in front of the class while I break records like glass with my advanced contortion moves with some true Mortal Kombat stunts and Fortnite taunts. All kinds of high octane, nuts to butts, flips and twists until Tom Cruise starts to whip. Can anyone dare challenge me? I'm the only being capable of taking his giant toe and suck it in his right nostril, do 30 jumping jacks while simultaneously performing the tango with some sweet BTS gymnastics that will make even the most elite Colossus built of Vikings with the blood of Hercules coursing through their scrotum piss the 7th season utter horror to my spectacular dick flipping taekwondo that I nailed on the balance beam.
Also, I really love the sexual noises that flower made.
I feel like if I wiggle my head at a 90-degree angle, a rabbit might fall out this bitch. My name is Russell from Up If He Became a Vegan Lover. Every time I see sunflower seeds, instead of having an erection and wear protection, I put my Harry Potter cap on my sap flap so I can open sesame with my semen streak. You look like the type of guy to tell an amputee to play Elden Ring with his two gazers covered in Dijon mustard. I feel like you would go to the Genshin Impact Comic-Con and cosplay as Queen Elizabeth thinking you're in the private Washington Monument and give out a lecture about sex. Sex is a temptation caused by a sensation, where a boy sticks his location into a girl's destination to increase the population of the next generation. Did you get my explanation, or do you need a new demonstration? I'm surprised this bitch wasn't carrying a door at the Explorer lunchbox that his mom packed him with at the front door, cause this dick nip walked in like he arrived on his first day of St. Paul's Youth Church camp program, and he's too nervous to make new friends. Just look at the way he shuffles around.
What's up, Sigma Chad? My name is Rowley Jefferson. Don't throw tomatoes at me, please. This is so random, but I love SpongeBob popsicles. My parents go to the store. I love wiggling my ball sacks together like a hummingbird before takeoff. Damn it, I forgot to bring my She-Hulk DVDs.
Charmin toilet paper bears looking ass. My man is hitting the SpongeBob, drop on the deck and flop like a fish over the ravioli dish.
Hello my fellow greasily ladies with dicks, let's twerk our ass chabs and rub our pink scepters together to unravel the hidden jigsaw puzzle of why Metal Pedal deserves a medal for being good.
Hello ladies and gents. As always, I'll be using my angelic melody of the divine power of my vocal cords to produce the sound of a banshee's wail so I can sound like a hobo drinking piss from a gallon of Drano with clumps of white balls floating at the top while incoherently trying to dribble out two adjectives that doesn't cause my text-to-speech voice to suffer from HIV and hepatitis sprinkled in with a nice little touch of herpes. So stick around so I can give you a tear-jerking Robert Frost fanfic on every little 5 grains of rusty toenails, taking a trip underneath of Ghost Rider's nips if he had a smoothie with spinach and Brussels sprouts. I have zero to no clue what to make of this cluster hunk of fuck. It's just a mixed orgy fest of Nickelodeon PBS and the night show of Jimmy Fallon. Looking at this is like watching Stevie Wonder drink the Kool-Aid and trying to finger fuck a GX7 twin turbo vacuum cleaner. Everything is all over the place. This shit is messier than a Chipotle urinal that got clogged by Minilab thrusting his tender in Mr. Krabs' blender. I'm trying so hard to describe JT, but the only thing I can conjure out my tiny brain about him is he has shades on, which objectively means it's illegal to say anything bad about him. I'll be violating the Geneva Convention here if I dared mock the man with sunglasses. You can't disrespect him. That's a heinous offense punishable by decapitation. It would break some sort of constitutional amendments. Whoever makes him drop the cool kid's glasses has said that it will curse you with a geostorm of EPs who will pulverize all your stuffed animals. It will do the one unthinkable act that will cause every man to shit enough bricks to build a barricade with them because of this ass-trembling and blood-boiling fact that I'm about to mutter out for you all. Viewer discretion is advised. Remove JT's shades at your own risk, but if you do, all your condoms will disappear. I was just padding the video to get to 10 minutes. I need to feed the children that I abducted. Child support do be getting expensive nowadays. Hold on, I'm still recording. Let's move on before I'm sent to the route. What do you mean you're arresting me? I got free coupons for Tim Horton. We can share. I'm frankly still trying to process how you managed to snag 10k subs in less than a year. Maybe it's a YouTube glitch. You might have stolen them from me. I'm not so sure.
Cactus. Didn't even need to look for that one.
Why does the upper side of your neck look like the elastic bullworm in Madagascar? This Chuck E. Cheese bouncer that looks like he's one sandwich away of growing out a quadruple flap is gonna be melting down like Deji's Devil Fruit Bashers, flying up and down and doing more swinging than Nick Pro flipping on top of bamboo sticks. I bet if you walked up prom trying to tap a girl's clitoris, you would ask her out by saying you smell, and get a McRib on the side of your face and your thunder pencil getting pepper sprayed. Those Sharpie trace pointers are so vertically disproportionate, it might as well be an epileptic embryo playing tic-tac-toe on your head. A chomper must have chowed down on his nug-and-peeled surfboard because his entire genetic Rick and Morty fuck-up is more displaced than Jake Tucker if he got drilled with 2 tow trucks. Your nose is built like Gabby Hanna's uterus if it had a yeast infection. And what's going on up here? Them nasally stitched shoelaces are trying to use and bolt out of the building because they saw a bad opinion, which cannot be allowed. The FBI must send this demonic nerd in death row for his misdeeds. I'll be contacting my lawyers. Thank you very much. Who else did he put in F tier, I wonder? Cosmic brains? That's why you look like the type of guy to live in Chicago and use a fire hose as a butt plug. You probably stick your dinky in a bottle of whiskey that you pulled from a local Mexican crackhead after they got pulled on a stretcher from a Xanax overdose, you congested bald clown.
The video for today. As you can see, we're going to be playing the game with inverted mouse movements.
In today's challenge, I'll be playing Plant vs Zombies 1 blindfolded with both my ankles removed with a crowbar, a sewer pipe shoved inside of my anal gland. I have to beat the game while showering in polar bear piss, and I must be using a KFC console with my toes and jiggle my dick inside of a bottle of Nesquik, and make sure to cover myself in Mama June's Sprite Pump. Piece of cake. And that's just some Winnie Hut Jr. shit on an average Monday.
Who's the goat? Who's the fucking goat? Who's the fucking goat?
If I had a twiddly dink of a doubloon for every glut melting silly putty that hurls around your chest and does so many snow angels that will send you flying all the way to Venus, I would be able to afford every fast food joint you ejaculate to. It's why your chunky buffalo-sized ass looks like a blimp. This oversized neck-bearded middle-aged woolly mammoth smells like an iguana's labia lips. I can practically see a stench of expired Cool Ranch Doritos reeking from behind the screen. Motherfucker looks like the butcher in Little Nightmares. His big bubble gut is shaped like Jabba the Hutt's genitals. Every time Otis from Barnyard flaps his titties, he causes a blackout in every city. So this humongous chungus that takes up pickup artist lessons to make out with Rule 34 Princess Peach is so fat that if you wore a yellow trench coat, people will yell out that you're a school bus. This gargantuan sumo champion needs a pair of pliers to remove the dorsal fin that's resting below his hips just to bust out a nut. When you got Discord mod role-playing as a kitten and saying ooh in every sentence, immediately assume this beluga-sized demented dilated nipple mentally crippled mutation of only use me blade is letting out a loaded shotgun, even though he probably hasn't seen his cum gun since 1821. This obese 48-year-old basement dweller relies on pennies he fished out wishing well so he can afford a forklift to split the gummy blobs that sit on this bear's stomach that do so many Gangnam Style martial arts poses. Every time he walks on stairs, he fractures an entire gaping vagina in the tectonic plates. There is no way this Kaluthos lug-looking bitch with 17 saggy wrinkly server gerbers that harvest the wet grease stains from this grizzly meatball's diapers doesn't pop a tire on his car. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if this fat tick puts the Burger King crown on down every time he munches on the crust of his frozen chili he picked up off the floor, if he can even move his balloon bonkers without ripping his kidneys. I can guarantee this bulging beast who got a cameo on Attack on Titan was first in line during Mr. Beast's restaurant opening. They ran out of supplies, not because of 20,000 people showing up in the first 10 minutes, but because Mr. Puff devoured over 20,000 Big Macs with a side of chicken wings, on top of a special holding cell to transport this fucking orca's weight without casting an earthquake. Pardon me, let's not forget, he is a star after all, so I can't dare criticize or poke fun of Mermaid Man, the heroic gremlin with his 3 kids chained in the closet so he can afford his OnlyFans subscriptions. He is the king of PvZ, and the only human to ever be able to lift Thor's hammer, which actually explains a lot about this bumbling gorilla.
Picture of the universe has changed a great deal in the last 50 years. The fact that we humans, who are ourselves mere collections of fundamental particles of nature, have been able to come.
Last but not least, I'm single-handedly the best player for Zombies Garden Warfare 2 player and the funniest living breathing being on this earth, or a sad virgin orphan who plays patty cake with his Skylanders Funko Pop. I can swim in the Atlantic Ocean and still not be able to get my dick wet. I'm capable of spitting out more slang zingers than Eminem. I'm like the next Jerry Springer, feels more attractive than a PSA 10 Charizard if it had a dick stroke every time it glances at a waifu from the Nice Twice cult. I wonder if Alec Baldwin has a second bullet for me. Throw a boogie bomb in my direction and I'll be making a diss track with so much lyrical rhythms it will cause every syllable I mumble out to make you recoil out of your seat so hard you'll start dropping face first dead on the floor like a domino, and the peak of your freak will leak piss streaks into your ass creaks with a vanilla sundae of geeks parking their beaks next to your cheeks. Call me Death Noodles, cause I'm bombing out so many belly boppers and willy hoppers I might as well be giving Santa Claus's colonoscopy as a way to show gratitude to my comedic superiority to the rest of the kids at the lunch table. I'll be waiting for my golden statue at the Oscars. Man, I need to have an exorcism perform on me ASAP, otherwise I'm gonna keep regurgitating a monsoon of tinnitus-induced ringing caused by a John Deere lawnmower, or more accurately, my insufferable Lily Singh freestyle rap. Now what else is so dashing about my existence, you may ask? Well, I can do the temple run and assemble your bums by pry opening your jizz receptacles with my Riz testicles. I can triple helix slingshot you 6 centuries back into the Cretaceous period with my advanced PvZ Sun Tzu training. I'll Jackie Chan Falcon twist your rectum all the way to another spectrum until it bladders into sandpaper. If there was a Garden Warfare 2 Budokai tournament, I would be able to absolutely massacre everyone's essence from the face of the planet with my Cobra Kai, Kung Fu Panda, cock-slaying and anus-splitting Bruce Lee, Dragonfly, Finger Twirl, Upper Sliding Missile Ninjutsu Demon Kick that will cause ripples throughout the space-time continuum. It's my defining talent, being able to hockey body check any player in Garden Warfare 2 history, so much so that if I were to go rogue and become a stream sniper, I would make a biblical catastrophe that will send shockwaves powerful enough to splinter the stratosphere, because if I were to clench my fist on the controller and start sending some UFC finishers, You will all need to put corks in your assholes and latex over your penises to stop it from sweating so much in primal feral rage. I'm gonna be firing some neurons and getting your cranium cranking because I'll be the scary boogeyman who lurks in the shadows and haunts your boners in the showers while you desperately try and keep your spine on your back as I grill your ass and serve it to you on a dinner plate. Or roast you with some West Crew bangers. Call me Shel Silverstein because I'll be committing first-degree murder by spitting out A-bars that'll make you burst out your Thanksgiving turkey from the 7th pore of your second blowhole. So to blow off a queef and keep it a chug beef, I'm the best YouTuber and Garden Warrior, period. Nobody disagrees. If you say otherwise, I'm gonna lobotomize your limbs and fucking reassemble them into a chessboard. You better watch your words carefully. Don't test me. I'm just babbling Mandarin at this point. This entire thing is a joke. Well, some of it. So make sure to slap a like before your grandpa pulls the belt and spanks you. And yeah, I'm gonna head out. Cut the camera. No, I told you I'm not brushing my teeth. I didn't eat 13 burrito Doritos. Shit, I pressed the donate button. I knew I should have worn my Obama skirt. I'm gonna go grab my milk. No, not my Viagra. My dick isn't skinnier than Luigi's luscious locks. You want me to end the video? I'll end you with a ratio, you redneck Windex guzzling twat. See you next year.